Thank you very much. You're very kind, very punctual people. Appreciate that. I would like to begin by welcoming you this evening to the Only Living Boy in New York show, and thanking the JW3 for tempting us to come together and play music for you. It's been a real thrill spending the last couple of days getting together and having a deep dive into the songs of Paul Simon. I think we were all fans of Paul Simon before, but I suppose when you're a listener, you maybe have a more superficial appreciation of Paul Simon's music. But certainly learning about the nuts, the bolts, the mechanics, and having a good look under the bonnet of his songwriting and seeing how the whole thing works makes you really appreciate the man's genius. What sound often like very simple, catchy songs that you've lived with your whole life, you pull them apart and see how they're constructed, and they're wildly complex. I likened it the other day to how a swan swims. On the surface, it looks like serene, but underneath there are these ugly flippers flapping about. And that's sort of the work that the music theory is doing under the surface of Paul Simon's songs. And that's kind of part of him as an individual, the kind of guy that he is. Very studious, very particular, which maybe is why he maybe doesn't get the same love and recognition as some other songwriters, because it's not about him and his sort of swagger and his personality. His songs aren't a vehicle for himself. He is a vehicle for his songs, if you will. And he takes it very seriously, and that's something that I think we all have come to respect even more as a result of having a deep dive into his catalogue. So a little bit about what's going to happen tonight. We're going to do the show in two halves. The first half, we've all essentially just picked some of our favourite Paul Simon songs to learn and play for you. And then the second half, we're going to be a little bit more conceptual, and we're going to focus in on songs that we think are, I suppose, more influenced by his hometown of New York. So the first half is Paul Simon, the songwriter. Second half, Paul Simon, the New Yorker. So I should probably introduce the band. I would like to say it is one of the pleasures of my life to have spent this last couple of days and the last few months of exchanging messages, sending little song demos forwards and backwards, and yeah, like I said, geeking out over Paul Simon. We've even been, without discussing it, we've all been looking at his interview footage, hours and hours of him sort of chatting to people on chat shows, just to kind of really get inside his head, and it's been really fascinating. Anyway, come on out, everyone. So I was honoured to be given the opportunity to put the team together, and this is a crack team of musical geniuses, and I don't use the word lightly. So in no particular order, to my right, your left, is Kathryn Williams, who is a magnificent, mellifluous songwriter, visual artist, novelist, and also it's worth saying is like I suppose the central point of a very large community of musicians. Kathryn is someone who brings people together and introduces people to other people. I wouldn't know Michele and Romeo were it not for knowing Kath. I say this to many people, but Kath is a blessing in my life. I'm so privileged to know her. And she sings real nice. Okay, to my left, to your right, is Michele Stodart on the bass. Truly one of my favorite songwriters and human beings, and 100% my favorite bass player. So thank you so much. Behind me on the drums is Gary Stewart. So when the idea was floated of doing a Paul Simon night, Gary was the first name on the team sheet because he's kind of Paul Simon obsessed, and he also plays the drums. and the guitar and the bass and everything else. And he knows the material better than anyone in the world. Like, he is the guy. So much so that you may have noticed that over the years he started to look more like Paul Simon. That's what happens. It's like how dogs start to look like their owners. It's inevitable. It happens. And all the way over to my left to your right is Romeo Stodart, who is our ace in the hole. We were originally, the team had Tom McRae in it, and unfortunately Tom couldn't be with us because he fell foul of COVID, and he is recuperating at home, and I believe watching us on the live stream. Hello to everyone out there in internet land, and hi Tom, we love you. Sorry you couldn't be with us. But Romeo stepped in. Romeo is of course the engine, the heartbeat of Magic Numbers, and and is if you don't mind me saying, like a musical beast. Like I just love to be around him and just sort of feel those vibes coming off him. It's been so lovely that you stepped in at the last minute and learned all the songs and got stuck in, and I think you're going to see what a magnificent musical force of nature he is. So, okay, that's enough. that's enough yakking from me. Let's get on with some songs, shall we? Right, let's begin here. Is there anything else I should have said that didn't say? I wrote some notes here and I've ignored them. Oh. I forget sometimes. I'm David. Good evening. Right. Let's start here, shall we? Who's counting? You counting?
Yeah, why not? Stars are meant to go on. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3,
4. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away.
I know a man, he came from my hometown. He wore his passion for his woman like a thorny crown. He said, Dolores, I live in fear. My love for you's so overpowering, I'm afraid that I will disappear.
Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. Became a wife. These are the very words she uses to describe her life. She says a good day ain't got no rain. She says a bad day's when you lie in bed and think of things that might have been. Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away.
I know a father who had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he done. He came a long way just to explain, because his boys, he was sleeping and he turned around and headed home again.
Slip sliding away, slip sliding away. You know the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away.
makes his plan. The information's unavailable to the mortal man. We work our jobs, collect our pay, believe we're gliding down the highway when in fact we're slip-sliding away.
Slip-sliding away, slip-sliding away. You know the near destination, the more you slip-sliding away, slip-sliding away, slip-sliding away. You know the near destination, the more you slip-sliding away.
Quite a lot of swapping around this evening, so this part we haven't rehearsed.
It's going to be quite a lot of lowering of our mic stands as well, David. I'm the only one who's exactly the same size as Mr. Simon. Are you okay? Go do a song called Peace Like a River for you. Peace like a river ran through the city, long past the midnight curfew we sat starry-eyed. Whoa, whoa, we were satisfied. And I remember misinformation follow us like a plague. Nobody knew from time to time if the plans were changed. Whoa, 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 if the plans were changed. They can beat us with wires, beat us with chains, oh no, no. Run at your rules, but you know you can't outrun the history train. Seen a glorious day, out of my dreams. Nowhere to go but Thanks very much. So, do you want to speak about this next tune? So we just say that this is a real sort of tour de force in terms of chords and guitar playing, and even though David says I'm sort of the unofficial authority on Paul Simon, I had to do some homework on this one, and we'll see if we got it close after this. We should say this is Hearts and Bones.
Hoping that wouldn't happen. That's why I brought this back. The top was we just. One and one half wandering Jews, free to wander wherever we choose. We're traveling together in the Sangre de Cristo, the blood of Christ mountain in New Mexico. On the last leg of the journey they traveled a long time ago, the ark of a love affair. Mountain passes slipping into stone, hearts and bones, hearts and bones, hearts and bones. Thinking back to the season before, looking back through the cracks in the door. Two people were married, the act was outrageous, and the bride was contagious. She burned like a bride. These events may have had some effect on the man with the girl by his side. The arc of a love affair, his hands rolling down her hair. Love like lightning, shaking till it molds.
bones, hearts and bones, hearts and bones, hearts and bones. Whoa, 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 she said, why don't we drive through the night, wake up down in Mexico? Oh, I don't know nothing about no Mexico. Tell me why won't you love me for who I am, where I am? She said, 'cause that's not the way the world is, baby.
That's not the way the world is, baby.
This is how I love you, baby. This is how I love you, baby. One and one half wandering Jews return to their natural coast to resume old acquaintances and step out occasionally and speculate who had been damaged the most. Easy time will determine if these constellations will be their reward. The arc of a love affair, waiting to be restored. You take two bodies, twirl them into one. Their hearts and their bones, and they won't come undone. Hearts and bones, hearts and bones, hearts and bones, hearts and bones. Michele Stodart, everyone.
Go shoot.
Climatizing. I'm going to sing a song called I Do It For Your Love.
We were married on a rainy day. The sky was yellow and the grass was gray. We signed the papers and we drove away. I'd do it for your love. The rooms were musty and the pipes were old. And all that winter we shared a cold. Drank all the orange juice that we could hold. I'd do it for your love. Found a rug in an old junk shop. Brought it home to you. Along the way, the colors ran. The orange bled the blue. Found a rock in an old junk shop. Brought it home to you. Along the way, the colors ran. The orange turned to blue. The sting of reason, the splash of tears, the northern and the southern hemisphere. When love emerges, then it disappears. I do it for your love. I do it for your love. Thank you.
That's not me. Just to let you know. This song is called American Tune. Okay, let's go on this journey. Many is the time I've been mistaken, and many times confused. Yes, and I've often felt forsaken and certainly misused. Oh, but I'm all right
far away from home, so far away from home. And I don't know a soul who's not been battered. Don't have a friend who feels at ease. I don't know a dream that's not been shattered or driven to its knees. But it's all right, it's all right, for we lived so well so long. Still, when I think of the road we're traveling on, I wonder what's gone wrong. Can't help but wonder what's gone wrong. And I dreamed I was dying. I dreamed that my soul rose unexpectedly, and looking back down at me, smiled reassuringly. And I dreamed I was flying, and high up above, my eyes could clearly see the Statue of Liberty sailing away to sea. And I dreamed I was flying. We come on the ship they call the Mayflower. We come on the ship that sailed the moon. We come in the age's most uncertain hour and sing an American tune. Oh, it's all right, it's all right, it's all right. You can't be forever blessed. Still, tomorrow's gonna be another working day, and I'm trying to get some rest. That's all I'm trying, is to get some rest. Thank you.
Where you go?
I'm going to take a while tuning so you can chat. I've got a lot of family in the audience tonight. I've come from Liverpool and Newcastle. And Palmer's Green. What else shall I say? I've been listening to Paul Simon all my life. My mum and dad are huge fans, and I always used to remember sitting in the back of the car on holidays, and they'd have Graceland on, and my mum used to do this sort of like shoulder dance to all the songs, and we'd all sing along. So it's really nice to be here.
Yeah, it's been, like David said, it's been amazing diving into the songs, and
being able to play it with these amazing people on stage. And actually getting, because we all know the songs. Well,
We thought we did.
Let's rephrase that, shall we? We grew up with the songs. We grew up with them in our sort of system, And yeah, lyrically, you kind of, and just hearing them like going over and like, it sort of resonated with me more and more as we kind of went into it, the sort of like stories, the different sort of things that happened and like different kind of places he'd create and experienced as well, some cheekiness in there. Yeah, and sort of like being, like having, grown up, born in Trinidad and then moved to New York, and sort of being in that sort of, I remember that being a huge thing, being in New York, and that being really a massive influence on us, like inspiration, just kind of, living in Queens and on the dead end street, everyone kind of hanging out. So I'm liking to think that there's a bit of that going on in there. Sorry, you take over now, Kath. I've really got to get this E string.
Yeah, so you can tell by my accent when I lived in New York for such a long time. Yeah, there was a... I don't know what to say after that. That was like my big joke. It has...
We're almost there.
Okay.
Yeah, go.
So I have to be like I'm the Art Garfunkel here. I did think of like shaving this bit of my head and curling my hair a bit more. Well, it's funny you should mention that.
It's like you almost looked at the set list.
Well, that plant worked really well.
See? No pressure. Actually, I might have a bit of your water, is that right? Suddenly really dry.
I had that just before my song. It's like nerves.
Cheers. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again. Because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping. And the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets and cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, and my eyes were stabbed by the flash of a neon light that split the night and touched the sound of silence. And in the naked light I saw 10,000 people, maybe more. People talking without speaking, people hearing without listening, people writing songs their voices never shared. No one dared disturb the sound of silence. Fools said I, you do not know. Silence like a cancer grows. Hear my words that I might teach you. Take my arms that I might reach you. But my words, like silent raindrops, fell and echoed in the wells of silence. Oh, people bowed and prayed to the neon god they made, and the sign flashed its warning, and the words that it was for me. And the sign said the words of the prophets are written on the subway walls and tenement halls, and whispered in the sound of silence, in the sound of silence.
Right, we have one more song, and then you get that interval that I told you about, where you can get yourself a drink, or I mean, I don't want to tell you what to do. You're grown-ups. You can figure it out for yourself. All right. So, strange noises. This is so as I said, the songs we played in the first half are just the songs of Paul Simon's that we just felt we wanted to have a go at. And I really wanted this one to be in there, as much as anything for Gary, because as the Paul Simon loving drummer, you don't often get a chance to do this one. It's one of the iconic drum patterns of all time. So without further ado, take it away.
The problem is all inside your head, she said to me. The answer is easy if you take it logically. I'd like to help you in your struggle to be free. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. She said it's really not my habit to intrude, and furthermore, hope my meaning won't be lost or misconstrued. But I'll repeat myself at the risk of being crude. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover. 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack, make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy, just get yourself free. You stop on the bus, Gus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. Slip out the back, Jack, make a new plan, Stan. You don't need to be coy, Roy, just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key and get yourself free. She said it grieves me so to see you in such pain. I wish there was something I could do to make you smile again. I said, well, I appreciate that, but would you please explain about the 50 ways?
said, why don't we both just sleep on it tonight? And I believe by the morning we'll begin to see the light. And then she kissed me and I realized she probably was right. There must be 50 ways to leave your lover, 50 ways to leave your lover. You just slip out the back, Jack, make a new bandstand. You don't need to be coy, Roy, you just let yourself free. You hop on the bus, Gus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee, and get yourself free. Oh, slip out the back, Jack, make a new bandstand. You don't need to be coy, Roy, you just listen to me. Hop on the bus, Gus, you don't need to discuss much. Just drop off the key, Lee, and get yourself free. Thank you very much. See you shortly. Thanks a lot. You're back. You didn't leave. Thank you so much. So, as I promised you, the second half is lightly conceptual in the sense that we had to think about Paul Simon and his relationship with New York City, his hometown. Now, in many ways, for me, Paul Simon feels like the ultimate songwriting machine. It's like he was conceived in a lab. You can make a checklist of all the things that the best songwriters need to have, and he pretty much ticks them all. So he was born in 1941, which meant that he was 14 years old when he first saw Elvis Presley appear on television. So as an impressionable teen, that made a real impact on him. He lived in a house in which his father was a professional musician. So the idea of being a musician and a songwriter wasn't some distant pipe dream. He was very well aware that it's a way of putting food on the table, so it wasn't something to aspire wildly for. And he's Jewish, which doesn't hurt when you want to be a songwriter. The list is kind of ridiculous when it comes to essentially, like, my record collection has the opposite admission policy to a Donald Trump golf course. It's all Jews, blacks, and Irish. But I digress. And then finally, you would put your dream songwriter, you would raise them in New York City, because it is the archetypal melting pot and probably the most international city in the world. And so growing up there, he would have had the influence of different cultures and different musical styles that he would have heard walking down the streets and hearing, like, the doo-wop groups on the street corners and just hearing different kinds of music from different neighborhoods. And these wouldn't necessarily feel like they were foreign entities because they were the sounds of New York City. And so for me, I think as somebody who's very famously been able to combine many diverse different sounds and styles and international elements of world music from places many thousands of miles away from where he grew up, there's something always that sounds incredibly authentic in what Paul Simon does for me. And I think the reason for that is that there is this sound of New York City and this idea that different cultures can come together. And so long as you don't err too far away from that kind of New York thing that he does, it always works. And so I can't think of anyone who's able to mash together various different musical styles and still have it sound incredibly original and fresh and authentic. And so I think we've been trying to dig into that a little bit for the second half and trying to think about the influence, whether it actually appears in the text of the song or whether just in the vibe or the feeling of the music. So these are songs that kind of conjure up some New York feelings for us. So I'm going to step over to the piano and do the first one. If everyone wants to come back on. So this is this song just feels really New Yorky to me. This was from his album Still Crazy After All These Years, which was kind of written in a strange time in Paul Simon's life while he was contemplating divorce and a little mental instability, shall we say. But at the same time, he was also studying very hard. Which is something that we talked about, that we admire about Paul Simon. Even though he's the guy who had already written Bridge Over Troubled Water, he realized that what he really needed to do was go to school and learn a bit about music. And so he was studying with jazz composers, and the result was that his albums had some really interesting, pretty groovy inflections going on. So this is the title track from that record. Turn that up a bit. I met my own lover on the street last night. She seemed so glad to see me, I just smiled. We talked about some old times and we drank ourselves some beers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. I'm not the kind of man who tends to socialize. I seem to lean on old familiar ways. And I ain't no fool for love songs that whisper in my ears. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy after all these years. 4 in the morning, crapped out, yawning, longing my life away. I'll never worry, why should I? It's all gonna fade. Now I sit by the window and I watch the cars. I fear I'll do some damage one fine day, but I would not be convicted by a jury of my peers. Still crazy after all these years. Oh, still crazy, still crazy. Still crazy after all these years.
Thank you. Can't forget that.
Well, David stole everything I was going to say.
Sorry.
So I'm just going to say that this song was influenced by a Chinese dish in a restaurant downtown New York. This is Mother and Child Reunion. No, I would not give you false hope. Honest, strange, and course of a lifetime run over and over again. But I would not give you false hope on a strange and mournful day. But the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, little darling of mine, I just can't believe it so, though it seems strange to say. I've never been laid so low in such a mysterious way. The course of a lifetime runs over and over again. But I would not give you false hope on a strange and wonderful day. But the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, the mother and child reunion is only emotion away. Oh, little darling of mine. Thank you very much.
This song, I chose a song off. It's off Hearts and Bones, isn't it? Yeah. And it's one of my dad's favourite songs. It's not very well known, and I did an art degree, and this is about a painter. Oh, do you know what it is? Starry, Starry Night. No, wrong one. Yeah, I love the way Paul Simon's like manages to get. I feel like you can get lost in a world. It's almost like a whole paperback book condensed into this song, and as you listen to it over and over again, you can have these little films in your head. And yeah, I just love how he doesn't tell you how to feel. He just journalistically writes things like little scenes and then takes you into them. So this song is called Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war, which is a really long sentence. I'm not ready. What is it with nerves that sort of sucks water out of your mouth? Oh yeah. I wasn't ready. Do it again. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war returned to their hotel suite and they unlocked the door, easily losing Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. Were strolling down Christopher Street when they stopped in a men's store with all of the mannequins dressed in the style that brought tears to their immigrant eyes. Just like the penguins, the moon glows, the orioles and the five satins, the easy stream of laughter flowing through the air. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog après la guerre. Side by side they fell asleep. Decades gliding by like Indians. Time is cheap. When they wake up, they will find all their personal belongings have intertwined. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war were dining with the power elite, and they looked in their bedroom drawer. And what do you think they had hidden away in the cabinet cold of their hearts? The penguins, the moon glows, the orioles and the five satins. For now and ever after, as it was before. Renee and Georgette Magritte with their dog after the war. Thank you. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm excited of this. Save that for the late night. Tambourine.
So, should we have a good time?
Why not?
Oh yeah.
Yesterday it was my birthday. I hung one more year on the line. have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Paranoia strikes deep in the heartland, but I think it's all overdone. Exaggerating this, exaggerating that, they don't have no fun. I don't believe what they read in the paper. They're just out to capture my dime. Well, I ain't worrying and I ain't scurrying. I'm having a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Have a good time. Maybe I'm laughing my way to disaster. Maybe my race has been run. Maybe I'm blind to the state of mankind, but what can be done? God bless the goods we've been given. God bless the U.S. of A. God bless our standard of living. Well, let's keep it that way, and we all have a good time. 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 Just don't try to have a good time.
I love that.
Right. There it is. Hi everyone. This is kind of a big song, and I suppose its New York credentials might seem a little strange since the sound is mostly South African, but it's a song in which Paul Simon does make reference to New York City. He likes to drop in references here and there, and but for me this is a good example of how, even though Paul Simon went to South Africa and recorded with a lot of musicians who at that time had never set foot in New York at all, that the song that he ends up making out of it, even though it is played by South Africans and it takes as its title a place in Tennessee, it still to me kind of sounds like it can only be done by a New Yorker. So this is Graceland.
The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. I'm following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companion is 9 years old. child of my first marriage. I have a reason to believe we both will be received in Graceland. She comes back to tell me she's gone, as if I didn't know that, as if I didn't know my own bed, as if I'd never noticed the way she brushed her hair from her forehead. And she said, losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you're blown apart. Everybody feel the wind blow. I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going to Graceland. Poor boys and pilgrims with families, and we are going to Graceland. My traveling companions are ghosts and empty sockets. I'm looking at ghosts and empties. But I have a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland. There's a girl in New York City who calls herself a human trampoline. Sometimes when I'm falling, flying, tumbling in turmoil, I say, whoa, so this is what she means. She means we're bouncing into Graceland. And I see losing love is like a window in your heart. Everybody sees you, I'm blown apart. Everybody feel the wind blow. I'm going to Graceland. I'm going to Graceland. For reasons I cannot explain, there's some part of me wants to see Graceland. And I may be obliged to defend every love and every ending, or maybe there's no obligations now. Maybe I have a reason to believe we all will be received in Graceland.
You need to put £1 in the slot first.
All requests had to be in 24 hours ago, I'm afraid. Also, I've never heard that song. I don't know it. What album is that on? Yeah.
Heard that before.
Closer? Closer.
You want me to closer? I know.
They're
big songs on the table. But we're having fun doing them. So hope you're having fun enjoying them. And there's that aircon again. Where is that? Is that in key with the sun?
Let's hope.
Could someone switch that noise off?
Okay.
We'll wait, it's fine.
I think it's the air conditioning. You're not too hot, are you? Could get a lot warmer in here. Take some clothes off. It's fine. It's that kind of an occasion.
Okay. Should we go with it? Okay.
Let's get in the zone. When that switches off.
Yeah.
What is that?
Thing
key?
is, if we move much of that,
Oh.
Hey. God, who would have thought the aircon got the best applause?
Okay. All right. So, Kathryn, this is your song, isn't it?
Well, yeah, you know.
One. Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag, so we bought a pack of cigarettes, Mrs. Wagner's pies, and walked off to look for America. Kathy, I said as we boarded a Greyhound in Pittsburgh, Michigan seems like a dream to me now. It took me 4 days to hitchhike from Saginaw. I've gone to look for America, laughing on the bus, playing games with the faces. She said the man in the carpet dancer was a spy. I said, be careful, his bow tie is really a camera.
Sorry.
Toss me a cigarette, I think there's one in my raincoat. We smoked the last one an hour ago, so I looked at the scenery. She read her magazine, and the moon rose over an open field. Kathy, I'm lost, I said, though I knew she was sleeping. And I'm empty
this has flown by, hasn't it? We're pretty much done. Yeah.
This is the last song.
We could stop now. Is it the last song, Kath? Is it?
It's the pretend last song. It's been such a pleasure.
Hasn't it just? You guys are all right. Thank you so much for coming.
It's been a pleasure.
Just want to say, this wouldn't have been possible without Mr. David Ford over here. This is his brainchild.
Captain, my captain.
Thanks, team.
And it's, I mean, I'm sure I speak for everyone, but it's been a real pleasure to be asked to do this. So thank you, mate, for making this happen. Thanks.
You guys. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Cheers. Bye. Should we play this song?
Yeah, let's give it.
Okay, no prizes for spotting the New York reference in this one.
Can I also just, before we start as well, say thank you to the sound guy, Andy, because, you know, we turned up yesterday to rehearse these songs. We haven't played them together, and then today he's just been plugging things in and, calmly and kindly making it the best it can be for us today. So a big round of applause.
Yes, thank you so much.
And to Kish for who also on sound who helped us out yesterday and got everything sort of plumbed in for us. So round of applause for Kish too.
And of course to Jacqueline Nichols who suggested that we do this, and then she and I sent a bunch of emails forwards and backwards, and she's been incredibly supportive and encouraging, and just the fact that they program events such as this in this wonderful venue is a great credit to it. So thanks so much to Jacqueline and everyone at Geography for making us feel very welcome indeed. Right, enough yakking, let's play a song.
1, 2, 3, 4. To play right on time. I know you're part of a whole fine. Fly down to Mexico. Do-do-do-do, here I am, the only living boy in New York.
Get the news I need on the weather report. Oh, I can gather all the news I need on the weather report. Hey, I got nothing to do today but smile. Here I am, I'm the only living boy in New York.
get your plane right on time. I know that you've been eager to fly now. Hey, let your honesty shine, 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 and like it shines on me, the only living boy in New York, the only living boy in New York.
Thanks so much. What a surprise. We weren't going to come back and do another one. Yeah. So we are, this is actually the end, seriously. Any further encores will be due to an act of genuine civil disobedience. The police will be called. Security will escort you kicking and screaming. And if you can put up a good enough fight, we'll play another song. So this is one of Paul Simon's more famous songs. Has sing-along potential, so feel free. You've been sitting there quietly. We've been doing all the work, so give us.
Sorry.
No, it's good. It's good to know it's there. Give us a little love back. That would be nice. So, in the days after 9/11 happened in New York, Paul Simon was the first musical guest on Saturday Night Live, and they wanted to sort of mark the occasion by choosing a song that would serve as like the anthem of New York City, and this is the song that he played, and I think it's a song that is about the toughness and I suppose the resilience of New York City. It's not an easy place to be. I've tried to do gigs there a number of times, and like parking, geez. But I don't think he was thinking about parking necessarily when he wrote the song, but anyway, we're going to leave you with this one. Feel free to, stand up, dance, sing along. If you've brought a floor tom, then hit it in the right place. I don't want to just start playing.
It's not me.
Sorry, yeah. All right. You good? So thank you very much. This is absolutely the end. Thanks to these incredible musicians again. It's I feel honoured just to be in their presence. So thank you so much for agreeing to come on this little adventure with me. Okay, this is our last song. This is called The Boxer. How are we starting this? I forgot.
I think we're all in.
Okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
All lies and just still a man hears what he wants to hear and disregards the rest. When I left my home and my family, I was no more than a boy in the company of strangers, in the quiet of a railway station, running scared, laying low, seeking out the poorer quarters where the ragged people go, looking for the places only they would know. Lie, 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 lie.
Asking only workman's wages, I come looking for a job, but I get no offer. Just to come home from the whores on 7th Avenue. I do declare there were times when I was so lonesome I took some comfort there. Ooh, la 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 la. La la la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Clothes and wishing I was gone, going home where the New York City winters are bleeding me, bleeding me, going home.
In the clearing stands a boxer and a fighter by his trade, and he carries the reminders of every glove that laid him down or cut things till he cried it out in his anger and his shame. I am leaving, but the fighter still remains. Thank you very much. Kathryn Williams, Romeo Stodart, Michele Stodart, Gary Stewart, David Ford. Thank you very much. Yeah, good night.
Fuck out of here,